Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to Jack's Technologies. Guys, today we are going to dive into an important topic in Python, typecasting and type conversion. Okay. Guys, have you ever wondered how Python automatically changes data types during its operations or how you can manually convert them yourself? Well, this is a very important topic, especially if you are a tester. Guys, many times, we may not have deep understanding of Python, but still we need to modify Python scripts in our testing projects, right? So when making these changes, we often encounter type errors and other data related issues, right? So that's why understanding type conversion and typecasting is crucial to avoid errors, make smooth modifications to your scripts. So let's get started and master this concept together. Okay, right. First, you have to understand what is type conversion. Okay. First, type conversion is the process of changing the data type of a value from one type to another. This can happen automatically or manually depending on the situation. What is the changing data type of a value from one type to another? Let's say, for example, you have an integer value and you want to convert into float. If you have a float value, convert back to integer. If you have a string value, convert into int or float. This conversion from integer to float, float to string, there are a lot of conversions, list to tuple, tuple to list. There are a lot of things like that. This conversion, we are calling it as type conversion. Okay. Now, there are two types of type conversions. One is explicit type conversion. Other one is implicit type conversion. Okay. Before getting into this, first try to understand what is typecasting. Guys, typecasting is also known as this one, explicit type conversion. This is the process where the programmer manually converts a value from one data type to another data type using built-in function. You know what is this data type. If it is a string data type, you need to convert it to int. If you are going to convert this particular string data type to integer data type, you are using built-in function of Python, which is an int. Got it? So if you are using these built-in functions to convert the value from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting, especially called as explicit type conversion. Got it? So typecasting is also known as explicit type conversion. Got it? So first we try to understand what is explicit type conversion. Then we'll get into what is implicit type conversion. Okay. Now see what is explicit type conversion. Explicit type conversion, also known as typecasting. When the programmer manually changes the data type of a value using functions like int, float, string. Same, explicit type conversion is also nothing but typecasting. So same definition I have used, right? Now guys, I will tell you how exactly this works. Now I am taking a variable a equals, I am taking 100. What is this? This is the string type. Got it? So if you want, you just print it out, print off type of here. So what is this type? If you run this here, you got class. This is the string type. Now you declare another variable b equals 10. Now print this type. Now let's run this. This is the string type and this is integer type. So that's why you have got it as class string and that's why you have got it as class integer, right? Now guys, what you have to do, I just want to add these two, print of a plus b. Okay, print of a plus b. Now what happens? One is string type, another one is integer type. If I run this, what I'll get? See, I got an error called type error. Can only concatenate string, not int. So they are saying one is string type, one is integer type. I cannot concatenate. I can concatenate only strings. Okay. So now what happens? This is the string type. You cannot concatenate the string type with an integer. You cannot add these two values as it is not a value. This is a string. Got it? So what you have to do now? Now we have to convert this string value to a integer. So int of a, right? Now if you try this, now you got the result as 110. So the string has been converted to integer, then integer has been added with the variable b. A integer has been added with the variable b. Okay. Now, so this is called as explicit type conversion because to convert this value from string to integer, you have used the int data type here. Int is a built-in function of Python. Got it? That is called as explicit type conversion. Like that, so many. Let's say, for example, you take it as a string only. Take this as string. Okay. Now print A plus B. Now, will you get an error? No. Both are string types. You can concatenate. Both are string types. You can concatenate. Now see, this operation, this concatenation operation, which means this addition operation have joined these two strings because these are strings, not integer values. This string will become an integer if you have used the built-in function int to convert. You are not using the int built-in function to convert the string value to the integer, right? So this has joined these two strings and gave it as 10010. Okay, right. Now my question. Now I am just again making as an integer only. Okay. Now 100a. What if I convert this a to int now? These two values. Can I add these two values now after converting this string to an integer? No, I cannot add because if you have a numeric value inside a string, only numeric value inside a string, then only you can convert it to integer. If you have a numeric value and a character into a string, you cannot convert this into integer. Got it? If you run this, what you will get? You will get value error. You cannot convert this string to an integer because there is a character here, okay, which cannot be converted to string. Got it? This cannot work out. Now, let's say for example, you have 100 here, you have 100 here, now you have 10 here, right? So will you be able to add these two? Yes, we can add these two things. 110. But what if you want to get a float value as a result? Got it? Now if you try to convert this, what happens? 110.0, because these are the integer data type, but you have converted this to float, you got the float as a result. Got it? So you have understood how to convert this integer value to a float and string value to an integer, right? Okay, now this is the 100. Now you want to convert it to a string, str of a, str of b, right? Now run this. If you run this, it has joined these two strings because these are the integer values you have converted into string. Got it? Okay, guys, I hope you have understood what is explicit type conversion, which is typecasting. Got it? Now, guys, in normal programs, where exactly we use this typecasting, that we'll see. Okay, normally, whenever we program, whenever we write some code, we used to take the user inputs, right? So, whenever we are taking the user input, this typecasting plays a major role. Got it? Now, let's see. See, here I wanted to multiply two numbers. But these two numbers, number one and number two, I need to take it from the user. Got it? So what I am doing, number one, I have taken the input function, enter number one value. Got it? See, as you know, this input function takes input in a string. Correct? This input function takes input in a string. So I am taking number two. So this input function will also take the number in a string. Now I am printing multiply number one and number two. So num1 into num2. Let's see what happens. Now see, enter the value 1, I am giving 200. Enter the value 2, I am giving 200. I got an error, type error. Can't multiply sequence by non-integer of type string. You cannot multiply the sequence by non-integer type value. This is non-integer. This is the string type. Got it? So what we have to do, let's see. If you want to check whether it is a string or not, you just add it normally. Now see, I am giving value 200 here, 200. What I got? 200, 200. So as these two num1 values are string types, so that it has joined these two strings, which means it has concatenated the two strings. Got it? Now here, if you want to convert this input string value to an integer, what you have to do? Here, whenever you are multiplying, convert it to int type. Now see, let's run this. Now I am giving number one value as 200, number two value as 200. What I got? 40k, because the string value I have converted into a integer type by using a Python built-in function, right? So this is also I have converted to the int type. So that's why I got value as 40k. There is another way. You need not to convert it here. Now here itself you can convert. So it will take the input in a string and convert it to int type. Now let's run and see what happens. 200, 200. What we got? 40k. So user has given the input and it took it as a string, and this string value has been converted to int, and then the int value has been assigned to this particular variable. Now this variable is of integer type, so that when I multiply these two values, I am getting it as 40k. Got it? Normally in basic programs, we used to convert values from one data type to another data type by using the Python built-in functions. Do like this. Now, so now let's see. I took an integer. This is the another type. Okay, this is the integer value. Will I be able to convert this to Boolean type? Type print Boolean type. I am trying to convert this integer type to Boolean type, and I am okay. Now let's see. So we have understood. Stop here. Okay, now let's see. So till now we have converted the int to string, string to int, and int to float, float to int, right? Now I will show you another built-in function which is bool. Okay, so I want to convert this integer type to Boolean type. So what I have to do? Will I be able to convert like that? Now see, I wanted to convert this integer type to Boolean type. What I'll get? I got it as true. Okay, I got it as true, which means if you are trying to convert not only this, you can convert any value. You convert 500, you will get true. If you try to convert 2, you will get true, which means any integer value except 0, if you are trying to convert to a Boolean type, it returns true. What if I am trying to convert 0? When I am trying to convert 0 integer type to a Boolean type, it returns false. Because what is 0? 0 means nothing, right? There is no value for 0, right? That's why it is returning false. Except 0, if you give 1 or if you give 2, 3, 4, any value, it returns true. Got it? So if you are trying to convert a integer type to Boolean value, which is a non-zero value, it returns true. If it is a zero value, it returns false. What if it is a string? Let's say, for example, Jax. I'm converting Jax to Boolean type. What I'll get? It returns true. Because within the string, I have written something. Let's say, for example, if I'm trying to convert an empty string type to a Boolean type, what I'll get? See, I got it as false. Got it? So, string type means empty string means there is no value. That is an empty string. There is no value. That's why it is returning false. Understood how to convert an integer type to Boolean type? What we will get if we convert an integer type to Boolean type and string type to a Boolean type? Okay. So, not only this, we can convert these strings to a list and list to a tuple and so on. Okay. Let's try. Now, I am taking 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I wanted to convert this 1, 2, 3 into a list. Okay. So I wanted to convert this string to a list type. Let's see what happens. See what I got? 1, 2, 3 in a list. Got it? Now, if you want, you can take it as a tuple. Now convert this tuple to a list. See what I got? 1, 2, 3 in a list. Got it? These are the two more ways to convert one data type to another data type. Got it? Guys, I hope you have understood what is explicit type conversion. I said when the programmer manually changes the data type of a value using functions like int, float, string, tuple, list, we call it as a explicit type conversion, which is known as typecasting. I hope you have got very clear understanding of what is typecasting and explicit type conversion. Okay, now let's move to what is implicit type conversion. Now guys, let's see what is implicit type conversion. Implicit type conversion happens automatically when Python converts one data to another data without any user intervention. Without my intervention, your Python interpreter converts this data type automatically. We don't use any built-in functions to convert that. Okay, so now let's see. A equals 10, B equals 30.5. So this is integer type and this is the float type, right? Now I am adding these two and storing the result in C. What is the type of C? Let's see. Now I am printing this. So when I run this, I got result as 40.5. So this C is the float type, but I have taken the integer type and float type and I have combined these two values, which means I have added these two values. I got the result as 40.5. Who has converted this C to float type? I haven't used any float built-in function to convert this. Your Python interpreter has automatically converted this, right? So any type conversions are happening automatically by your Python interpreter, that we call it as implicit type conversion. We do not convert these types manually using any built-in functions. Your Python interpreter does this. Got it? So this is called as implicit type conversion, right? All right. Now you know everything about type conversion and typecasting in Python. So we have covered what is implicit and explicit conversions, common typecasting functions. Let me know in the comments, have you used typecasting in your project before? What challenges did you face? Drop your thoughts below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe and share for more awesome Python tutorials. See you in the next one.